Coming up first will be our U64 women's category. Our first group is going to have 2 athletes in the heat. Without further ado, let's bring them out. In lane 1, Morgan Quimby. In lane 2, Jillian Funk.
Good afternoon, hello and welcome to the 2021 official Strongman Games. We come to you live from Daytona Beach in Florida. It is day 2. Day 1 was an absolutely special set of events. We saw some fantastic strongmen and strongwomen from around the world. In fact, over 22 countries represented here. Yesterday we saw the log press. We also saw the car walk. Today we're about to see deadlift as ever. I'm joined by Big Loz himself, Laurent Charlet, and we've got another fantastic day ahead, mate.
We do indeed. 164 kilo women, and we have the deadlift medley ladder. 5 deadlifts, starting with 315 pounds, moving up to 365 pounds, 405 pounds for the third lift here, where Jillian is currently attempting.
And to put this into context, to finish with a 200 plus kilo deadlift at 64 kilograms body weight is crazy. I mean, look at this here.
Look at this effort. Can she hitch it up? Needs to get the hips through. Just got to make sure those knees are locked out. Gets the good lift.
At 10 in the morning, this is asking a lot.
So she's using the straps now. And we're going to see this. I mean, if the athletes have the grip strength, it's really going to be a big advantage where you don't have to strap up to the bars. Every rep is timed, so as well as lifting these weights, it's all about speed as well.
Now, just to add a little bit of context in terms of points on the door, so we're seeing these athletes go in reverse order. Now, we saw yesterday, it began with the log press, and one of the points we were talking about throughout the day is the importance of not zero repping. That's had a consequence on the 19 athletes that we're seeing compete here. It's led, and it's very, very close at the very top. The top 3 are separated by just 2 points. Kate Connolly, Rhiannon Lovelace, and Shannon Clifford, 36, 35, and 34 points.
We have Jessica Wong and Laura McDougall from Canada here. Both athletes opting to use the straps early on. I think as we get through the ladies, we may see some of the big deadlifters, such as Rhiannon Lovelace, trying to get through as many of these as she can without using the straps. So Laurie from Canada here on the 4th lift. Look at this, can she get that bar over her knees? It's still going up. She's gonna have to push those knees through now.
So close, can she lock it? So close! Oh my goodness.
The effort that this young lady is putting in. Wow, so close there. You have to give her a star for effort there. Technique could do with improving a little bit. She was very rounded in the back, which really affected her lockout position. She was unable to get the hips through nice and quick, so she'd had to resort to pushing the knees forward and then hitching the weight up.
The figure of 8 straps, Loz, do they, because it's almost one size fits all, does it therefore not give us much of an effect if you do have thinner wrists and you're a slightly smaller person?
These days they have started doing different sized figure of 8, so they do have like smaller, medium, large. To cope with that, you know, you get some of the big heavyweight guys with their thick wrists compared to the smaller women. They have had to change sizes. So now they do take all these things into account. It's our first group of 3 here. Lane number 3 there. Holly McRae looking really strong on these first early lifts. Goes for the straps on deadlift number 3, which is 405 pounds. Still goes up strong with that. 435 this 4th lift. 435 pounds is just shy of 200 kilos, 197.3 to be exact.
When it comes to the business end of this, especially when it comes to, say, the open men, the masters men, how important will it be for guys who perhaps don't necessarily use straps, so they can just go onto the bar, grip it and pull?
If they can do these without using straps, it's going to be a big, big advantage. Now, obviously in strongman, straps are allowed and they've been used for many years, so most of the guys will use straps in training. But someone like Mark Felix, who's got an exceptionally strong grip, lifters coming from a powerlifting background as well, they're used to deadlifting just focusing on a reverse grip or a hook grip. If they are strong enough to pull it without the straps, that is a huge advantage in this event. You know, at the time you think that you'd save just not attaching yourself to the bar.
Exactly.
And also with the figure of 8 straps, you can't get off the bar quickly either. So, I mean, if I was going to use straps, I probably wouldn't use the figure of 8s myself, just because they do take that little longer to get on and particularly get off. If I felt my grip was strong enough and I was in good enough shape, I'd try and do the whole lot without straps.
Oh, would you?
I was always a fan of testing grip strength, so. But it is heavy. You know, I think the men are up near 800 and something pounds, so. Nice easy lift for all 3 lifters. Christine in the middle going nicely here, still pulling through strong. Now if she can be fast on this one, she could put herself into first place.
See, a little bit of time to get those straps in. She looks like she's practiced that because that was very fluid.
Yeah. She needs to get that bar over the knees. She's using the hitching technique, trying to just get that locked out. There we go, gets a down signal.
I think as well it's worth pointing out, when it comes to something like this, if you know you're only going to get perhaps 3 successful lifts, you want to do them as quickly as possible, so that therefore, if it comes to getting the 3 lifts, you'll be the first out of those who manage to get 3.
Yeah, definitely. You got to go with tactics, and you know, if you don't think you're capable of some of the heavy weights, get through those early ones as fast as possible.
If we can have Bessie, Concepcion, and...
Now, the athletes are coming thick and fast on this. The beautiful thing is you see the volunteers in the grey, they're making sure that the athletes get into the right place at the right time, but they're also then readjusting and realigning all of the deadlift bars to make sure that each athlete has the same setup as the one before.
So we have our next 3 athletes coming out now.
The athletes take your positions.
It's an all USA affair.
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
And here we go.
£315 fast.
Good solid pull there for Cassandra in lane number 2.
Jody and Cassandra both good. On to 405 pounds.
Can she get the bar over her knees? She needs to squeeze those hips through. Gets the down signal from the referee.
Concepcion. On to 435 as well.
Huge amount of effort there to pull that 3rd rep. 183 kilos, 405 pounds. She's moving on to the 435. I think it's going to be a little bit too much.
15 seconds.
And so does she.
110.
Lane number 3 there.
Look at the camaraderie amongst the athletes, cheering each other on massively.
The effort that these ladies are putting in. Just pure exhaustion there.
If we can have 4, lane 1, cold iron.
Giving absolutely everything of themselves.
So far, still, have we seen anyone pull the 435?
I don't think so. We had 1 athlete, in fact, come to think of it, going back into my memory banks,
Yes.
Christine
Yes, we
Matthews.
did.
Two groups left.
So we come
Right now, our best
to our
lift,
6th group.
435 pounds.
Hannah Cauldron, Nadia Morrison and Shannon Clifford from England.
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On On the whistle.
Nice
Shannon
pull.
there, opting to not use the straps. On to deadlift bar number 3, and she still pulls through strong.
She's looking strong here, mate.
Here we go. She needs to get this bar over her knees.
Oh, well
Squeeze
done.
the hips through. Good, solid lockout there. Gets a down signal, and she moves on to the 470-pound deadlift on the mammoth bar. This is a 10-foot bar. Very, very wobbly as it gets towards the top.
This is sensible. She's taking her time here.
You just felt her back there by the looks of things. Just holding her lower back. A little concerned look in her face. Let's hope she's not done anything. But good points there for Shannon Clifford.
That was fast as well.
It was a good fast time. I think she may have gone into the lead.
So going against that, Christine Matthews was the leader. We wait to find out if Shannon Clifford has done enough to
Just limping
usurp
off
her.
a little bit there.
Yeah,
It's
she
a little
is, mate.
concerning.
Yeah.
Lane 2, Kate Connolly. And lane 3, Chloe Brennan.
And just a reminder, so we have 2 events today. We have the deadlift ladder, then we have the sandstone toss.
Now we have an athlete we really need to keep an eye on. Rhiannon Lovelace. She is a deadlift machine, Radzi.
She's deadly at the deadlift.
Under 64 kilo world record holder. Former open world record holder.
Unreal.
I think she's pulled around 272.5 kilos.
That's exactly what I thought it was. So is it Andrea Thompson, the open world record holder?
Not anymore. She's recently been beaten, but
Look how comfortable that is.
Rhiannon is going to fly through this. This is her event, and look at this. 405, nice and easy. On to the 435. None of these weights
My
have slowed her down
goodness.
yet. And still a very comfortable lift. She's going to bring the straps out for the big mammoth bar. 470 pounds, 213.2 kilos, after already pulling 4 times. Wow! And Rhiannon just showing her dominance in the deadlift. Unbelievable lifting there.
Well, that's crucial because we're talking about the number 1, 2 and 3 in this group. Going into this, Rhiannon was in second place by 1 point. If
Can
she
Connolly
can
get
pull
this?
it, can Connolly pull
And
this?
no straps there as well. It's coming down into her fingertips, does not get the down signal. And Rhiannon offering the straps there. Maybe she was confident to go there without the straps. I would have had them on just for maybe that last lift. She knew Rhiannon was going to go ahead and dominate that lift. She just needed to finish off. If she had the straps, she would have got it, 100%. Nick Best.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Nick
Nick
Best
Best
behind us, just giving a
giving
salute
props,
of respect.
You know, for the fact that she didn't use straps, and absolutely. But there is the event winner, Rhiannon Lovelace.
And to be clear here, Loz, so you can drop the bar, unlike in, say, a world record attempt.
I think as long as the referee gives you the down signal,
Yep.
they're allowed to drop the bar.
So without further ado, the weights are set. Let's bring out in lane 1, Maria Krasinska. And in
So,
lane 2, Marie Barrios.
We move on to our Masters category. Staying with the same weights. So far at this 470 pounds, we've only seen Rhiannon Lovelace lift the last deadlift.
That was
Let's see.
extremely impressive.
I have to say, I think Kate would have had it if she used the straps there.
And that could prove crucial.
As long as her time for 4 was fast, she won't be too disappointed. But if she's
Was
lost
Clifford a bit
few-
quicker?
It's hard to tell.
It
We
is
need to
hard
see
to tell.
the results.
Rhiannon was lightning and brutally strong.
Yeah, we will bring you the official results as soon as we have them, guys. But now we are moving on to the Masters athletes.
365, lockout, no problem. Marie together for 15.
Krasinska versus Barros.
Currently got 2 and 3 points respectively from the log press and from the car walk. Would love nothing more than to get some more points, more scores
Look
on
at
the
the
draws.
effort. Just giving 100% there.
20 seconds.
Now cheering on her fellow competitor. Let's remind ourselves, these athletes are under 64 kilos in body weight.
3, 2, 1.
Radzi, what do you think of the deadlift method? Do you like seeing just the different bars laid out, just moving on to the next one?
The thing I love about this is it's challenging so many elements of strength. You've got an element of strength endurance, you've got the mental side of the fact that it's getting heavier, and then how you approach it. So we saw Rhiannon, who kind of ran between each of the bars. Some people prefer to walk and compose themselves. I think of, say, Benedict Magnus when he used to lift his world records. He used to almost run at the bar, so he'd have been pretty good at this. But yeah, it's really fascinating. And especially, when do you bring the straps out? Indeed, do you at all?
Yeah, I mean, if you're good enough and you can get through them all without the straps, it is going to save you time. You have to, as the athlete, you've got to make that judgment call. Is my grip strong enough to do this without the use of the wrist straps?
Pull number 1, 315 pounds for our masters ladies.
Pull. Good job.
Solid lockout there.
Bergen says 1 and done.
Good for her.
And again, you're looking at the different, athletes that are competing. Some of them, they'll have aspirations of finishing this. Others will be looking to hit PBs. You've all got numbers in your head. They've all got different challenges that they are approaching and aiming for.
Well, Davis is currently in 6th place. Kelly is currently in 5th place overall. These lifts, this attempt is massive for both women.
Kelly New in the centre there.
They both need this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Look at that. Davis
2, 1.
in lane number 1 there, just sneaking ahead on that 4th lift. She timed that perfectly.
And she made it look so smooth.
It was a lovely pull.
It was a solid pull. It didn't decelerate at any point, and she was absolutely delighted with that. And again, you can't quite see on the camera there, just below frame, you saw the real embrace between the athletes, New and Kerry Ann, really celebrating together. It's lovely to see. I'll be curious to know, Loz, how they're feeling waking up after yesterday. For many of these women, it's the first time competing at an event like this.
Yeah, they're going to be sore.
Yes.
Their bodies will be feeling it. They all gave 100% effort on every event yesterday. That car walk really took it out of them. But they're here to give their absolute best. And look how easy that was for Taylor Franklin.
It's USA versus Wales. Melanie Constantino.
The Welsh lady is proving that she is a deadlifting machine. Look how easy she is treating these heavy bars.
Oh, with
and
contempt.
Still going through strong. Her grip looks really strong as well.
Not going for
no
the straps.
In sight. I don't think she needs the straps. This is going up. Here we go.
Here we go. The second woman to do it. If she
Riding
does.
hard with the legs. Gets a down signal. Absolutely brilliant time there.
The second woman we've seen do it today. The first woman we've seen from the Masters category. What a performance from the Welsh woman.
And the first lady to go through the whole run without using straps.
Yes.
10 seconds. Three, 2, 1.
Loz, can we also talk about another element of the equipment we're seeing there from Williams underneath her sort of slightly modified t-shirt? What is that?
So she's wearing a super suit, a deadlift suit, which you'll see a lot of the athletes wearing. You often see it for the maximum lifts. Keeps the body tense and safe, but it also allows to create a little bit more power off the floor when you're deadlifting. Some athletes really like them, some don't. You see, someone like myself, I never got on with them. I found it was really hard to breathe in the bottom of the deadlift, but what you do find is it does give you a little spring off the initial lift off the floor, and also the compression around your hips just keeps you a little safer, keeps you feeling a bit more protected when you're using these superhuman weights.
So it's one thing to do that for a single rep. It's another thing to do it for
multiple reps, and then moving with it. Moving, exactly. You can't run so freely in a deadlift suit. So you've got to decide beforehand whether you want to work on speed or you're just looking to lift the most that you can. If you're looking to get through this quickly, being in without a suit is going to be more
Effective.
We have another of our British athletes, Sam Taylor here.
That was rapid.
And look how easy these are going up. Very strong lift there by Taylor. She's going nice and steady.
Oh!
Look how easy these reps are moving.
Again, the straps are coming out now. And not the figure of 8 straps.
No, she's going for the standard straps.
I prefer the standard straps. I prefer them.
Gets herself locked in.
And time to spare.
And here we go. The deadlift is locked out. She throws the weight down. Big muscle pose. Well done, Sam Taylor. Great lifting.
That is how you do it.
Jessica Rush giving this big mammoth bar one final pull.
And Loz, we've mentioned the word mammoth a few times here. You sometimes hear elephant bar get mentioned. This isn't an elephant bar, it's a mammoth bar. What does that mean?
It's mammoth. Do you know what? I've never ever pulled on a mammoth bar before, so I didn't really know the difference. So I just went out and had a go, and I attempted that last deadlift. And it really rocks and moves as you pull. You get a lot of shake through the bar. It can throw athletes off. You know, if you don't get that bar over your knees quick enough, it'll whip up and whip back down and pull you down with it. So you need to try and get that bar over the knees as quick as possible. Then you can use the flex to a little bit of an advantage. So as it goes down and flexes back up, then you can focus on driving the hips through as quick as possible. But you need to time it right, and you need that power off the floor.
It is a 10-foot bar, which means it's longer.
Athletes take their positions.
And so to your point about getting the timing right, the point of pulling is actually later.
That's it.
Lift number 1, 315 pounds.
It's McLean and McGraw, the battle of the mucks right now.
McGraw solid to the 405. McLean down on the lane.
It's America versus GB.
We're on to 435 pounds now. Here comes Tiger. All 3 athletes.
Can McLean get this
30 seconds left.
Pull? She has time. She's getting herself strapped in. Needs a big effort now.
20 seconds.
Just couldn't quite get it high enough. Look at that effort. That was so close to getting the bar over her knees.
3, 2, 1.
Their backs, as you said yesterday, they had a long, hard day. Their backs are going to be stiff. It's not nice to go in deadlifting with a stiffness in your back and your legs and your glutes. It's very different when you're deadlifting fresh in the gym to then coming in competition and having to deadlift as the 3rd, 4th, 5th event, whatever it could be.
Lane 2, Burley Johnson, and in lane 3, Ula.
So in case you are new to the format we have here, so yesterday and today act as semi-finals. There are 4 events, 2 yesterday, 2 today. At the end of today, the athletes will be whittled down from whatever number is in their group to just 10 per group. They will then transition to the Sunday's finals. So today, as much as anything else, obviously they'll have eyes on the podium for some of these guys, eyes on titles for some of these guys, but it's also about making that top 10 cut.
Athletes take their positions. Judges ready.
With Aisha Ulla there, closest to the camera.
On the whistle.
Kiki Beryl-Johnson in the middle, and Kelly Jones on the far end.
15 pounds bar.
Look how easy that first rep was for Ula.
Kelly Jones also.
Easy second rep. She's moving quick, moving fast between reps. Locks in. There's no straps in sight. She is going to go through this. She's a confident lady. She did exceptionally well yesterday in the car walk. Locks out rep number 4.
This is the fastest so far, I think.
Can she pull this mammoth 470 pound bar? Yes, she can. Very, very impressive there by Aisha Ulla.
Aisha Ulla came into this event as a leader by 2 points. I think she may have just extended her lead. Kelly Jones
Means business.
2 points behind her.
Kiki going for deadlift number 4 here. Just too much today. But wow, what a performance there by Aisha.
Also, one thing you mentioned yesterday was the fact that sometimes you've got to know where your limit is and think, I'm going to save something for a little bit later on. She could have had a go. She could have possibly fatigued herself further. We've got the sandbag toss later, which is going to be a very similar motion.
Yeah, you don't want to kill yourself for no benefit. You know, if you can get that rep out and it's going to make a difference to the overall score, then by all means keep trying. But on a deadlift, once that power goes, it goes.
So we now transition to the women's under 73 kilogram category, a very new category, and it was added by Lynn Morehouse and Aaron Molin because there was a real feeling that 64 and 82 kilos is so much of a gulf. So they've added a midway point, and we saw some serious drama yesterday, some absolutely fantastic stuff.
In a time of 27.59 seconds, completing all 5 lists of the deadlift ladder. The winner in your Masters Women's category, representing Ireland, Aisha Ula.
So Aisha Ula extends her lead. We'll give you the results as soon as we have them, the overall positions. And in fact, let's just remind you of the under 64 kilogram category women, because at the top, well, the top 3, Shannon Clifford's in 3rd place. There are only 3 athletes who've managed to get 50 points or more. There's an 11-point deficit between 3rd and 4th. But let's talk about the top 2, Kate Connolly and Rhiannon Lovelace, both from the UK, sharing 54 points apiece. This could not be any closer. The podium, as things stand, are all British.
That is an impressive under 64 kilo class for the UK girls. 5th place, Chloe Brennan. There's only one American so far, Christine Matthews from the USA, in 4th place. And then we have Shannon Clifford, Katie Connolly and Rhiannon Lovelace in the top 3 positions. And Katie did manage to get 2nd place, I believe, on the deadlift. So even though she didn't manage to pull that 5th rep, it didn't affect her overall. There was no way she was going to beat Rhiannon Lovelace for the 5.
Yeah, so actually, had she done it, it wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have made a difference. So overall score, she won't be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because that's, I guess, an unknown. You don't necessarily know exactly how much time you've taken to complete something, but a lot of focused under 73 kilogram women ready and raring to go. And you can see the bars are all being adjusted here.
So the weights go up for the first time. We have 365 pounds, 405 pounds, 455 pounds, 495 pounds, and our final mammoth bar lift will be 530 pounds, approximately 240 kilos.
So, I mean, how many men do you know in gyms who could pull that as a 1 rep max?
I see plenty of men that can't pull that.
And you're looking at one.
Yeah, I think living in.
There's a lot of banter going on here. We've got Evan Singleton giving a lot of beard banter.
I think Evan's in no place to give me beard banter.
5 lifts on the deadlift ladder. The first 4, these deadlift bars are provided by Summer Strength.
Evan was trying to put me and Nick Best in our place earlier with how good he is right now. We just reminded him how many times has he been in the final of World's Strongest Man. Ooh. He didn't like that. But he is indeed one of the top athletes in the world right now.
Absolutely.
Doing very, very well. And it's great to see these athletes supporting all these different weight classes today.
And he's not here because he's being paid, by the way, or being sponsored. He's here just purely because it's an event he's competed in before. His very first Strongman event was actually run by Lynn Morehouse, and so it's about giving back.
Yeah, he was saying earlier how he believes this is the best way to get to World's Strongest Man, get to prove what you're capable of. And we've seen so many great athletes come through the official Strongman Games.
So the results of the Women's Masters are now in. We're just going to do a tiny bit of mental arithmetic to work out exactly what the scores on the doors are looking like. And Aisha Ula, as predicted, extending her lead at the top. Actually, I mean, she's 5 points ahead of the next best athlete. And that next best athlete is Kelly Jones of the USA, who's on 48.5 points. In 3rd place is Sam Taylor of Wales, who's in at 43.5. And we go a little bit further down to 40.5 points, and that's Jessica Rush of the USA.
And that is a strong deadlifting couple, Sam and Sue. They're doing a documentary right now, featured as the world's strongest couple, both competing in the World Masters. It's pretty amazing to be there competing with your partner.
And I also imagine it's lovely as well, the fact that, what are you off to do today? I'm off to train. Well, so am I.
Yeah, they'll understand the eating regime, the training, the sacrifices that you have to make. It's always tough when you're trying to be an elite level athlete. But if you've got someone that lives with you that understands that and supports you, it makes such a difference.
And they both pulled the five reps.
In lane 2, Christine Galvin. And in lane 3, Sandra Wells.
Bangma, Galvin, Wells, our first of our under 73 kilo athletes.
Athletes take your position. Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle. 365 pounds, the opening lift. Galvin Wells, no problem. Thank the right behind him. 405.
Oh, Wells did not get the down signal. Oh, yes, she did. She's being told to run forward. She wasn't sure. There was a little confusion there. That thrown her off a little because she was very quick with the first two.
Galvin good at 455.
Galvin gets the 455, moves on to the 495. 495 pounds.
25 seconds remain.
A lot slower here, but every repetition counting.
15 seconds.
I mean, to end on 240 kilograms is just brutal. Lottie, the time of the day you compete in, does that affect anything?
No. I never let it affect me. I was like a JF Caron though. I was pretty laid back, didn't let things like that affect me. It could affect some people. If you're used to training at the same time every day, you need a certain amount of food in you, that can be an issue. I always train.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I knew competing internationally, you jet lag could be an issue. You're tired. You could end up having to lift at 7 in the morning, 3 in the morning. You never knew, depending on where you are in the world compared to your natural body clock. So I tried not to get too reliant on always training at the same time of day. Some people do though. I do know athletes that are affected by it. They feel like they need to go through a certain routine, have a certain amount of meals, etc. before they start lifting.
Which I guess when it comes to things like Worlds, you don't have that privilege. You get
Not at
called
all.
up, and may have to wait an hour, you may have to wait 1 minute.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons I wouldn't worry about what time I train. I'd vary it and change it all the time.
Mitch left as well. James good at 455. Here comes 495. 405.
Janine James going well.
Yeah, she's looking strong out there in lane number 3.
Can she get the 4th rep?
30 seconds remain.
Poses herself. She's got the straps on there, but it doesn't look like she needs them.
No, ready for the 5th, I imagine.
I don't think it's the grip that's the issue here. It's just heavy. Locks on.
15.
Oh. I don't think the straps are going to make any difference, unfortunately. I'd love her to prove me wrong now. No, just not enough time.
1 minute really isn't a long amount of time to attempt this. I mean, many gym goers, myself included, you could have a few minutes between a rep. To do this in 1 minute, it's tough.
Yeah. There's no rest period between these lifts. Really, you need to know that if you're looking to pull that 240, you want to be a 260, 270 deadlifter.
Yeah, okay. So you want it to be around the sort of 85, 80% mark.
If you're really strong, those early ones don't take too much out of you. So we saw with Rhiannon in the under 64s, she really blitzed through the first 3 or 4 pulls. Even the fifth wasn't too much of a challenge for her. Obviously, depends on your starting point in terms of PB strength.
Well, Romilly is walking with a purpose.
It's nice and focused. Good, solid pull. She's got a chance at this third one. If she can get this, she's going to be very pleased. Again, looks like she's trying to get through them as quick as possible. Suddenly, it's just rooted to the ground. It's amazing how a small jump can make such a difference sometimes as well.
20 seconds.
So a 50-pound jump, 405 to 455.
It's quite a big jump, to be honest. It's not a small jump. I apologise.
But to your point, though, she went from pulling a smooth rep with 405 to it being rooted to the floor.
Yeah, watching the 405, I thought there's a chance of the 455. It wasn't convincing that you thought she's definitely going to blitz through it. But the 455, obviously, suddenly it was a big jump for her. And then you've got to figure out where athletes are strong. Some athletes are really strong off the floor. Their lockout's not so good. Other athletes not so strong off the floor, but they're really strong at lockout. Certain lifters, their strengths always lie in different areas.
And so obviously that pays effect when it comes to the mammoth bar, because that changes. If you are strong off the floor, then perhaps that bar won't necessarily suit you as well as perhaps a stiffer bar.
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
Very easy pull in lane number 1 there.
The shade fast 405 already. Here comes 455. Upper blockout successful, just 14 seconds off the clock.
Ooh, just lost the balance there in lane 2. Lane number 1, Veronica from the Czech Republic gets the down signal from Darren Sadler. She moves on to the mammoth bar, 530 pounds.
20 seconds.
And Johnson in the middle there gets the down signal on the bar 4.
Just like that. Beach is on to 530 pounds as well. Is Shane and Beach in that 5th and final pull.
Can anyone get this 5?
3, 2, 1.
It felt like it was there. That's a shame. 10 more seconds. I think it could have been a different outcome.
It's a good effort. I think we may have had a confusion with the names in that one, actually.
Up next to me in lane 1, Rulikova. In lane 2, Johnson. In lane 3, Woods.
So the deadlift ladder, we move on to group 5 from the under 73 kilo ladies. Now we move on to Veronica Rulikova, Nancy Johnson and Taylor Woods. I apologise for getting the names wrong. We had the wrong names up on the screen.
Well, just as a quick reminder, we are commentating on the screen that you see in front, and we've got guys working absolutely tirelessly backstage. So many athletes, so many names, so many weights. There's an awful lot going on. So if we do data or stat issues, we do apologise and we'll rectify them as soon as we can. Nev, we're not blaming you, mate. No, Nev is absolutely flawless.
Nancy Johnson in the middle is flying through these bars. Already onto the 3rd. And that goes up powerfully as well. This is impressive lifting. Here comes the bar number 4. And the big jump makes such a difference. Ooh. Good lockout there for Woods. Johnson flew through these first 3 lifts. Unfortunately, number 4 has just been rooted to the ground.
Well, big Colin Bryce has arrived. The question is, Bryce, what time did you arrive today? Was it 8 a.m.?
He was here early today.
So we actually had a sweepstake. We had a sweepstake. He was 2 hours early, the lad. It's because he loves it.
3, 2, 1.
I was extremely impressed with the first 3 pulls from Nancy Johnson there. She's got a real fast time for 3. But by that 4th lift, it's just too much weight. So it was good that she got through them quickly. That will get her points.
I was looking at, we're very much heading towards the business end of this group. Bobby Sundberg goes next. She's in 4th place. Only 1 point behind 3rd place so far.
Also got Rachel Greathead from England and Lyndon Reed from the USA.
So Lyndon, just 1 point separating Lyndon and Bobby, and just 1 point separating Bobby and a podium place as things stand. So both those athletes in particular looking.
Athletes also looking to make sure they qualify for day 3 from today.
100%.
Only the top 10 from each of these classes go through to day 3.
So Rachel's in 8th place going into this. So she will want nothing more than to make sure it stays as 9th or 10th, or indeed betters at 8th.
Sundberg there in lane 3, closest to us.
All three.
And all 3 looking
neck and neck.
And Rachel there in the far end going strong.
Greathead and Sundberg.
Sundberg and Rachel having a great battle here. And look at this,
Can
it gets
she pull?
over.
Can she pull?
Get those hips through.
Still no
gets the
straps.
down signal. Onto bar number 5. 530 pounds, 240 kilos.
And she's got time. She's 25 seconds
Loads
left.
of time to get this done. Can we see this 5th bar pulled? 240 kilos.
Big pull, Bobby.
Ah.
15 seconds remain.
She's got time.
Come all the way from Sweden to be here, Sundberg.
3, 2, 1.
Well, Bobby Sundberg, fantastic performance there. It was neck and neck at one stage between Rachel and Bobby, but that could prove crucial to Bobby. You just heard our announcer, Aaron West, mention Erin Walklett. With Walklett, how close can Bobby get to her? And indeed, will her time have bettered Erin's? Because if so, we'll have a new person currently on the podium.
And she has gone into 1st place. Sundberg is our current leader.
Yes.
But we have 3 very impressive athletes yet to go. Walklett, Murray and Kennedy. Here we go. Easy pull on bar number 1 for all 3 ladies.
These are your top
Look
3.
at this. Kennedy and Murray are in an absolute battle between each other here.
Oh!
Kennedy sneaking into the lead. She's on to this last bar. She's been absolutely rapid through 4.
She hasn't put the straps on.
Oh,
Not there.
she's leaving it there. She was very fast through 4. Could well be enough. Can Murray get this 5th?
Oh!
20 seconds remain.
The war paint is back on, and Murray means war.
She needs this 5th bar to get the win.
10 seconds.
She's got 10 seconds. I don't think it's enough.
3.
Amazing effort there by Murray, but not quite enough. Jodie Kennedy was rapid through 4. I
And
think it's going to be enough for the 1st place.
And significantly lost. So Erin Walklett didn't manage the 3rd bar, which means Bobby Sundberg will have moved herself into at least 3rd place.
Yeah, she will be very pleased with the result of this deadlift. Look at this race. Phenomenal athletes. These first 3 bars, they just blitz through them.
I mean, that's so fast.
And it was here that Jodie just was that little bit quicker. She didn't mess around too much with the straps.
Interestingly, Murray was neck and neck despite putting straps on for the last 2.
Look at this effort here. She really gave it everything. Just wasn't
The winner
quite enough.
of the ladies deadlift ladder in the under
She would have had it over the knees and could potentially have hitched it out.
13.80 seconds, representing the United States, Jodie Kennedy.
Jodie Kennedy takes the win and extends her lead.
She does. She will do after that. She was 1 point ahead of Erin Murray. That, from my maths, means that she'll be 2 points in the lead. But a new entry into third place is Bobby Sundberg. All that is, of course, we're awaiting confirmation, and as soon as we get it, we'll pass it over to your good selves.
Well, this is interesting. The weights stay the same for the under 82 kilo athletes.
And you can see the size difference.
10 kilos on these frames, that's a big difference in terms of body weight. I think we could well see that fifth bar go up in our under 82 kilo class.
Stay at the same weight. So without further ado, let's bring out our first group, 2 ladies in this first heat. It's going to be Malin Anderson and Julia Tomaszewski. Lane 1 will be Anderson. Lane 2, Tomaszewski.
I'm enjoying those leopard skin lycra prints.
We'll get you a pair for Christmas.
Thank you, mate. In this stocking.
So our first 2 athletes in the under 82s, Malin Anderson from Sweden, Julia Tomaszewski from the USA. Easy first pull from Tomaszewski. Number 2 goes up, no problem.
Anderson good at 365.
You can see how much time it takes to get the straps on. Such a big difference if you're strong enough to just grab that bar without them.
I guess that's the
Good
balance,
solid
isn't it?
pull once she was strapped in though.
And she's got time. She's still got time for another one.
Just look how long it takes to get set in between each rep. She actually pulls them really nicely once she's set up. Anderson here. Ooh. Look at this. Oh, couldn't quite get it over.
Do you think it's a mental or physical thing with the straps with this particular athlete, with Anderson?
It's hard to tell, you know. For a lot of the women, they have much smaller hands, so that can be an issue when it comes to grip on these bars. But without seeing her lift without the straps, it's hard to say if it's grip or if she's just confident pulling in the straps. See, a lot of athletes now have mastered how to use straps. They can almost get a few extra inches out of the straps, allow them to be in a slightly higher starting position, and they're just so used to doing it that way that they're almost they don't want to resort to going back to like a more powerlifting style.
Well, I'm sure you remember 2019 World's Strongest Man when a man, Alexei Novikov, got the full length of his straps.
That's when you're smart, if you know how to get the maximum out of your equipment. The famous quote is, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah. Spoken like a true strongman.
It's got Bradley here in lane number 1.
All fast.
Very easy.
Bradley meaning business here.
3 pulls, no problem at all. And this is excellent deadlifting here by Bradley. Can she get this last pull?
So much time left.
Just going to get her grip sorted. And look at that in the far end. Crawford gets the big mammoth bar deadlift. Bradley absolutely ecstatic with that. She's very pleased to finish that lift off.
And I'd say what that's also the difference between straps and no straps.
Sandra Bradley there, she was flying through the first few bars, but it was actually Crawford who sneaks in there.
And Crawford, you can see from the size of her quads and her hammies and glutes. Statically, you'd expect to be very strong. Yeah.
In lane 3, Deal. We certainly have a new leader after that heat. Now on lane number 3 is Ashley Crawford.
So both those ladies, the first 2 to manage to pull the 240 kilo bar.
They're like buses here. So we do have the results in from the women's under 73 kilogram category. And if I start with third and fourth, 3 points separating third and fourth. Nancy Johnson of the USA on 50, and Bobby Sundberg has entered third place with 53. Then there's a bit of a jump, because 1 and 2 separated by 2 points, 60 points, Erin Murray, Jodie Kennedy, 62.
And the whistle goes for our next 3 athletes, Vasek, Kumpsty and Deal. Kumpsty flying through these early pulls. Looking really strong. Good solid lockout. Abigail Deal looking real smooth with each pull. So Kumpsty's ahead. She needs to get this because Deal is looking very strong once she's strapped in. And there she goes. She pulls and locks out. No problem at all. Can Deal get this 5th deadlift?
Vasek with a hard-fought 455. 15 seconds remaining.
15 seconds to get it. She's pulling hard on the bar. Unfortunately, a little bit too much.
Going again.
She came really well towards the end.
Can she? No.
Don't think she's got enough time. She timed it perfectly. She was behind Kumpsty going into the 4th pull.
It also makes you almost salute even more the efforts of the under 73 kilogram women, because we're seeing the 80s. This is hard, and they've got an extra 10 kilos of body weight.
This is a huge weight. $240 kilo deadlift, Radzi. You're a man that trains. You've been in the gym deadlifting before.
Never pulled 240.
Never pulled 240.
Never pulled 240. Deadlift trap bar, I enjoy. Not conventional.
Nadia Stowers, she's a powerful looking lady. Excelled in the log lift yesterday. How is her deadlifting?
And then she excelled actually in the car walk as well. We saw
she absolutely dominated everything yesterday. And look, that first pull, absolutely nothing.
Oh, not even setting up. Look at this. This is
like it's not even a weight. Look at this.
This is an exhibition. This is an exhibition.
Wow, she is flying through these bars.
My goodness. Oh, that was silly. Less than 20 seconds, Loz.
That was amazing.
That's 4 seconds per pull. Nadia Stowers, behave yourself.
She really has been impressive so far in this contest. Brock here on the near side, lane number 1. Hannah Brock had a good solid performance yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
But wow, it is all about Nadia Stowers.
She is going to take some beating.
She's put herself in a very strong position after 3 events.
She was already 3 points clear. And as a reminder as well, in under 80s, there are 11 athletes, which means only 1 will not make the cut to the finals tomorrow.
Vitally important there, Sandra Bradley and Ashley Crawford, the only other 2 athletes to get 5, they will have got points between Samantha and Hannah Brock from Nadia. So Nadia will have extended her lead by a significant amount now.
Right, yes. Look at this here. What a replay this is. And this is not sped up, by the way. This is real time.
She was ready for another bar.
In the U82 deadlift ladder with a blistering time of 19.57 seconds, representing you.
Sub 20 seconds for all 5 lifts.
It's just remarkable, that.
That is impressive.
She is going to take some beating.
Okay. For the
Successful on the 455, then 495, 545. If they're successful there, their reward is a 580-pound pull on this American bar.
So we move up to the open weight ladies. The weights go up again. Now we are looking at 405, 455, 495, 545 and 580 pounds.
580. What's that in old money?
263.1 kilo.
I mean, I'm trying to work out how many 20s that is on either side. So is that 20, six? Yeah, 6.
6 20s a side.
I mean, that is serious lifting. And again, you can possibly hear through our microphone the sound of weights clanging. That's not the competition. That's the guys warming up behind us. And every time it hits the floor, we can feel the vibrations coming through the concrete. It's a lot of weight these guys are pulling.
Well, it's a lot of weight that these ladies are pulling. When we get to the men later, it's just ridiculous.
Smelling salts there, ready to go. Oh, in fact, gum shield rather.
We spoke about the gum shield yesterday. The bite down on it, it just kind of creates tension again through the body. Stops people grinding their teeth as well. Number of athletes do use the gum shield now when lifting.
Here we do have the results. The official results in now for the women's under 82 kilogram category. And as we said, Nadia Stowers racing off into the lead. A 6-point lead over Hannah Brock of Canada. But it really is all about Nadia Stowers. And then there's another 6 points between second and third. And that's of Sandra Bradley of Germany, 21 points. Only one other athlete getting 20 points or more. And then we have to go down even further. So Nadia Stowers.
Nadia's not put a foot wrong. She's got maximum points in every single event so far.
Yeah.
33 points.
Yeah. Wow.
Incredible.
I mean, you look at Nadia and you think to yourself, she seems ready for the Open.
Well, I saw Nadia competing against the Open ladies in Dubai and holding her own absolutely fine.
Right.
So, but if you're entitled to compete in the under 82s,
100%.
do it.
Become world champ.
Yeah, exactly that.
And also, even just from a marketing standpoint, you know, we talk about the importance in this sport to be able to kind of cover your costs. Well, it's great for sponsorship when you can say, I'm the strongest woman on earth at this weight category.
Calling yourself a world champion is always a big achievement.
In lane 2, Gandhi, and in lane 3, Neufor.
But in theory, you're a 2-time world champ.
One time.
One time,
Yeah.
okay.
Just the one.
But you'll take it, mate.
I'll take it.
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
I actually have a whoopee cushion world record to my name, which I can happily tell you about afterwards.
That's actually true as well,
true.
isn't it? That's an amazing record to have, Radzi.
Now, by the way, Neufor gave a little jig after she pulled the first weight. So if she manages to get the second one, who knows what we'll see.
30 seconds remain.
Got Putland attempting the 495 bar.
Under 10.
She goes into the lead. There's some very, very strong athletes to come. the top end of the open women's, there is some exceptional athletes. Gabby Dixon yesterday on the car walk, unbelievable. Inez on the log, wow, what a performance that was.
And she come all the way from Puerto Rico. Inez Carrasquillo. Be very interesting to see how she fares in the other events as well, because you mentioned that she wasn't necessarily a strong woman per se, doesn't have much experience in these events, but clearly just brutally strong.
She was extremely pleased with her car walk performance. I know that. She was a lot more confident on the log, and she feels she's got some good events to come today as well, so I'm sure she's going to be a great deadlifter. Annabelle Chapman, she looked fantastic yesterday, very consistent.
It's also really interesting to see the variety of different athletes we've got here.
Judges ready, athletes ready, on the whistle.
So, our next 3 athletes.
We have the pride of Birmingham here in
Anna
Naomi.
Harper of Sweden looking strong on these first few bars.
Solid progress so far. Higher par.
Anna Harper looking really solid.
Looking
On
very...
these first 4, she's on to the mammoth bar now. The straps come out for this one. Can we see our first open athlete do all 5 lifts?
263 kilos. Oh,
She's giving this a great effort. Look at this. Oh,
15 seconds.
veins are popping out of the arm. She's trying.
and again.
Very solid performance there, though.
A brilliant performance. A brilliant performance from Hayapar. Hayapar's a brilliant surname.
It's a brilliant name.
It sounds like a command.
And it's a brilliant hairstyle that she's got as well.
Yes.
Up next in lane 1, Washindu. In lane 2, Moshevsky. And in lane 3, Flugel.
The gum shields are back.
And Zambia is back.
Zambia is back. Cherry. Cherry Muchindu.
Athletes take your mark. Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
So we start at 4:05. Good job.
It was a very quick down signal she got on that.
Washindu good at 405 pounds.
She might have dropped it.
I think
but
Darren's telling her to go back, yep.
455.
I thought her first one was very quick, actually, on the down call.
she's put the straps on for this one.
That's better.
Now she gets the down call from her judge. On the 495 pounds.
495 pounds now for Cherry. The straps come out.
She's clearly got powerful legs.
Flugel good at 455. That's one to 435.
Powerful deadlift.
20 seconds remain.
How close to this can she get?
And a good solid pull there in lane 3. Down signal from Darren Sadler. She gets the 4th bar. Only 2 seconds left. Well done.
And given
to
that
Cherry.
she actually pulled 5 reps, 4 counters, strong performance.
It was very strong, and it's an athlete that maybe a little bit lacking in experience with those first few bars. Didn't quite get the down signal and wasn't quite maybe watching the referee.
Ah, yes.
But she composed herself very well, strapped in and made some excellent pulls there towards the end.
Moves to the floor now. In lane 1 is Wild. In lane 2, Raider. In lane 3, Nyber.
Nyber, Raider and Lyle, our next 3 athletes. All from the USA.
And again, interesting footwear.
With the deadlift, you want to be low down to the ground. So you'll see some athletes just going in socks.
Yes.
Some athletes using a very flat-soled shoe. You don't tend to see too many athletes using Olympic lifting shoes on a deadlift. Tends to throw you forward a little too much.
What about Big Z?
Big Z normally deadlifts, I believe, in just socks.
Oh, does he? Okay. I'm trying to think, there was that time he was going to go for a world record a number of years ago now, and it was really slippy, the platform.
On the whistle. 405 pounds, the opening weight. Raider, no problem. Lyle, no problem. Ivor's good.
Raider and Lyle flying through these early lifts.
Raider and Lyle looking neck right now.
Lyle looking really strong.
Could prove crucial.
In lane number 1, closest to the camera.
Very fast for
Straps in now. It just makes such a difference, that big 50-pound jump in weight.
30 seconds remain.
Nyber's level with him now, though. Can Nyber pull?
Seconds.
20 seconds to get this lift.
Nyber, Raider, Lyle, can anyone pull the 4th rep?
Raider still attempting in the centre there. One big last effort. Can she do this? No.
She tried to roll
Shake
it
of the
towards
head. Good effort there. All 3 ladies managing 3 deadlifts.
And just a reminder, if you weren't watching yesterday, in the men's 40 plus masters category, we've got some names that you absolutely will recognise. We mentioned Big Z, he's competing. Mark Felix, he's going. Shivilikov, unfortunately, had an injury to his Achilles, so his competition ends there. But as for us right here, right now, it is all about the business end of the women's under 82 kilogram category. Britta Magard of USA, Puerto Rico represented in Inez Karaskila, and what a performance she had in the log press. And finally from Ukraine, Olga Liachuk.
I've got to say, I'm looking forward to watching this. From the performances we saw yesterday, this could be electric.
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
Focused.
405 pounds.
Karakilo in the centre there. Very strong.
Oh my goodness, this is fast.
Magard looking really strong as well.
No straps. This is fast.
The straps are coming out now for bar number 4. Look at this.
Seconds. Pull.
She's got it. She's got it. Come on, lock out.
It's twisting.
Look at the effort. She's not quite able to get the hips through. Oh, she did not get the hips through. The effort that she put into that pull. Britta looking very solid in this closest
What a
lane
shame.
to us.
What a shame.
Olga, can she get this? Olga come from behind. Gets the down signal. Olga is good with bar number 4. Tortoise in the hair, but she comes through. Doesn't quite have time for this last pull. She's going to try anyway. No.
The pride of Ukraine. Slow but steady, and she got there.
She timed it perfectly.
And again, I tell you, those orange deadlift suits, I saw them about a year ago for the first time, and all of a sudden, everyone's got one.
The orange deadlift suits, they just make you look like a giant Satsuma. Well, that's what they did to me anyway. Olga looks a little better than I did in it, but she did really well there because she was well behind.
She was.
Towards the start of that.
Almost from the off, actually, she was behind.
And that's the issue with wearing the suit. It does make movement between each bar slower. It makes it a little harder to get set into the pull. But once you actually get in there, the actual repetition looks good. You've got to make that decision. Am I strong enough to just get through this as quick as possible, or do I need to use the suit? Do I need to use the straps and just make sure I focus on one lift at a time?
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
Here we go then. Our top 3 after day 1. And look how easy that was for Roberts and Chapman. Becca Roberts has really impressed me this last year. She really keeps improving.
My goodness. Let's go.
Annabelle Chapman has had an amazing year. Just cemented herself as one of the top strong women on the planet.
Coming into
She
this.
needs a big effort on this deadlift. Can Rebecca Roberts get... Oh, she was close to having the bar over her knees.
Robert's third place coming into this.
And look at this. Oh, Dixon can do this. You've got to push that.
10 seconds. He's done it. 3, 2, 1. That concludes our open category women. I'll get you a time. You know who the winner is, but we'll give her props. To the official scorecard we go.
You know with this tipping, like, if you knew everything, you obviously you'd be like normal, it's just normal.
Completing all 5 lists, the fifth and final being 580 pounds with a time of 51.07 seconds, representing the United States, Gabby Dixon.
She went over this black rock as well, and a good bit. She managed to escape, he followed her to her house. You heard about that? She had to hide in a
Our U80 men are up next,
She went over it.
and everything gets a bit heavier.
Give her some of that real hypno stuff. Like a shoulder to it. You see what I mean? Yeah.
Great job, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm just doing collars because I can't do that much math.
Yeah, this won't do that.
Leave that to the smart
Third
kids.
time, mate. All these pounds do me no good at all. 60 kilograms.